Good news today. Good news. Love waking up to good news. Good morning to good news. This is how every day should start. Let's be honest, Every day, the news here, I do the news on YouTube, the tube news tube. I do news tube, newsmentary, news commentary. A genre I've created. Philip DeFranco didn't create this. I created the name. I did. Newsmentary. News commentary. And sometimes it's entertainment. Jon Bon Jovi's entertainment. We're going to talk about him saving a woman. Newsmentary. That's what I do here. I'm Rob. Welcome to the live stream. I go live 5 days a week, sometimes twice a day, sometimes on the weekends, but always, because I gave you my word, Monday through Friday. We're going to talk about, put a toothpick in it, okay? We're going to talk about Jon Bon Jovi down in Tennessee filming a music video for the People's House. Sounds very Union-esque. The People's House. I wonder if the song's out. He's filming the video. I wonder if we could get a sample of the song. And he saved a woman's life who was on a bridge, not looking in the best of mental shape. I hope she's all right now. But Bon Jovi, man, dude. I know in college, his stuff was like the pregame. You throw on a little "Living on a Prayer" before you went out, and then obviously at the end of the night, the bar would hit a little "Living on a Prayer," praying that everybody made it home safe. So Bon Jovi's been iconic for decades. I remember going to my grandma's in New York listening to Bed of Roses when that came out in the 80s, 90s. I forget when Bed of Roses. But Jon Bon Jovi, man, this dude saving a woman's life while filming a video in Nashville. I link the article down below. The craziest part about this story, well, no, I can't say the craziest. That's some YouTube clickbait-ish right there. But one crazy facet of this story is that the Nashville police posted a video of the incident because the incident was filmed on some cam that was on the bridge, like a skyline cam, that's like just filming everything, getting the sky. I'm sure the news in Nashville probably pay to get that footage of where they're like, oh, look at the sunset tonight, right? And the whole thing was caught on tape. The whole thing. Bon Jovi. I've watched this video like 45 times already this morning because it's so heartwarming. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the live stream. Hit subscribe and the notification bell. I bring you the news with some commentary, very biased news, let's be honest. I hate that. Listen, if you watch a news outlet and they're like, we're unbiased, fair and balanced, bullshit. They're all paid for by somebody. I do this on my own accord, okay? So I could really say I'm unbiased because nobody's paying me to have an opinion. I'll tell you I hate Metallica. They suck as humans and artists. And when I worked in rock radio, I could not say that, especially when we were giving out tickets. I got pulled into my boss's office and she said, you cannot say you don't like Metallica. I said, really? That's where we're drawing the line? I've said some fucked up shit on this show, but we're drawing the line at Metallica because they're funding their concert venue. I can't believe I got told I couldn't say Metallica sucks on rock radio. That's a real story that happened to me in my life. And I've said some bastardly stuff when I was younger. But if any news channel, mainstream media, or here on YouTube, if they're selling, remember when all the podcasters were selling you MeUndies or whatever it was? They were all taking money from the My Underwear companies. Like they couldn't say like, these underwear suck. They could not say that because they were taking money from big undie wear companies, Corporate underwear had them by the short and curly, so they couldn't say that. I can say underwear sucks. Nobody should have to wear underwear if you don't want to, okay? I can say that here. And as much as I'm not paid by any big companies, I'll also tell you I'm very biased. If you're a racist, misogynist, homophobic, get the fuck out of here. Don't subscribe to my channel. Go home. Go home and think about all the bad decisions you've made in life till now. You should spend an hour in my mind. So I'm very biased, I don't stand for that. Those are the three big ones I can think of. But other than that, welcome. If that's not a way to start the podcast, the live stream, whatever this is called, newsmentary. I give you news commentary. The news today is Jon Bon Jovi saving lives. At least one life. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. I wonder if he said that. That's what I want to know. If Jon Bon Jovi, when he saved this woman, which is all caught on footage, and I'll tell you, the facet that I said was pretty crazy, and then I went into another diatribe. My apologies. One of the crazy things was the police caught this footage, right? The whole thing is caught on camera of Jon Bon Jovi walking up to this lady who's on the other side of the railing on the bridge in Nashville, this pedestrian bridge. So the whole thing's caught on camera, and the Nashville police put it up on YouTube, and YouTube took it down. Like, YouTube. It was a great, like, this is one of those times where, like, allow the video to be out, you know? If anything, to show people that, like, there is help, and Jon Bon Jovi cares. I don't know why YouTube took it down, but that's in the NPR article that I linked down below. So if you're in the mood for some good news, if you're ready to, discuss how brilliant Jon Bon Jovi is. Not always artistically, but as a human, he gets the toothpick up of approval here on the live stream. John down there, Nashville, on the pedestrian bridge, which stayed open, you know, so he's filming a music video and they just kept the pedestrian bridge open, which is fascinating because I always wonder, like in some music videos, like, are they closing it down? Are they hiring extras? How are they treating the extras? Are the extras getting craft services? Are they being paid for their time? And Jon Bon Jovi just kept the bridge open, which is wild to think, you know, you're going to be walking down a pedestrian bridge in Nashville. Maybe I don't know any Nashvillians that, Nashvillians. I like Nashvillians. Sounds like villain. But I don't know if you're down there and that's just like a normal thing. People film, you know, that music capital down there. If they're usually filming music videos, but that'd be cool. You hear over the loudspeakers some boombox blasting Jon Bon Jovi's song and you're like, what is going on? Is that a street artist? And you look over and it's Jon Bon Jovi lip syncing to filming his video. I'd be like, damn, that's wild. I would get in the back. I would not gonna lie. If that happened to me, I would be in the back like, thumbs up. I'm in a Jon Bon Jovi video. You know, I'd be dancing behind him. I would be doing something to get some attention. I couldn't help it. I would not be able to help myself. That's just the God's honest truth. I would do something, and if my kids were with me, they would be like, stop it. You're embarrassing us. God damn it. We're trying to look natural in this Jon Bon Jovi video. So anyways, Jon Bon Jovi, right? Let's say, well, I'm going to put you in Nashville this morning. You're on this pedestrian bridge. You hear the music, Jon Bon Jovi's lip syncing, looking cool in his 1980s leather jacket. I like that Jon Bon Jovi and all these old rockers have adapted their style to today. So they're like wearing clothes from like just to wear the original stuff, John. We know you have it in your closet that's probably as big as my house. But they're all adapting their style to like what they think they should look like today. But it really just makes them look very, very outdated. Anyways, so you see Jon Bon Jovi in his tight Levi's 501 dungarees, black dungarees, in his leather jacket, lip syncing like a maniac. And then all of a sudden everything halts, right? I'm putting you in Nashville today. If you're just joining, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I bring you news and commentary, very biased. And I'm honest about that. But I take no big corporate money. No money from Big Undies. I don't take no money from those Scottish land real estate scam artists that try to sell you a square of Scottish land to have a title of lord. I don't do that here, okay? I'm not going to sucker you into thinking you could be called lord owning a square foot in Scotland. BS. I always thought that smelled stinky, and turns out it was a scam. And a lot of YouTubers took a lot of money to try to sell you some imaginary... That's like selling you a piece of the moon, and you get to be called, like, Space Cadet, you know? Might as well have thrown money at that. Shit, maybe I should start that company. No, I just couldn't do it. You know, people work too hard for the money. Anyways, taking you to Nashville this morning, where Jon Bon Jovi saved a life. Helped save a life. And I truly wonder if he quoted himself in his lyrics saying, "Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear." And the lady's like, are you Jon Bon Jovi? Because if he had said that, right, if you're in a desperate state of mind, but Jon Bon Jovi, like, you must be really thinking you're feeling cuckoo if you're like, God damn, is Jon Bon Jovi helping me right now? And thank God this woman, took his hand and got out of that position, because it's serious, man. Times are hard right now for people. And God bless Jon Bon Jovi for taking a moment to realize the power and impact he could have. Imagine if he went up to her and she was like, "Nah, I wasn't that big a fan of yours." It's just like, some of that later stuff, Johnny. No, but God bless him, man, for doing this, because that is radical. Jon Bon Jovi helped save a woman who was very desperate on a Nashville bridge. He was there filming a music video for his new song, The Public House. And he stopped and he helped her. And all this is caught on tape. And the Nashville police posted it on YouTube, and YouTube took it down. You could still find the video. It's all over Twitter. Different outlets have different lengths of the video. But either way, it's really incredible. That's why I had to just take a moment this morning to talk about this. And if you're new, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I bring you news, commentary, 5 days a week, every weekday. I might go live later today because there's other news stuff I want to talk about, but I just couldn't include it. Just so you know, I always try to include a link in the description to what we're discussing. The other stuff I didn't even put in there because this needs to stand alone. We need to just take a moment to appreciate. Listen to a little Living on a Prayer this morning and know the guy that sang that would help you if you were in a bind. And he was there. Because that's what happened today. This lady on the other side of the railing on the bridge again. Obviously not in good mental shape. You don't get there, having your day go well. And multiple days in a row go well. We could say she was on her last 2 feet. And John, filming this video, stopped everything. Him and what looks like some production assistant or somebody walk up to her, speak with her, get her over back to the safe side of the railing. John gives her a long hug, and I'm not gonna lie, human to human, when I seen her hug her for that long, I almost started to cry, because I was like, in that moment, he not only felt like she needs this hug, but she was probably, I just need a hug from someone. Because scientifically, I think it's been proven with the weird experiments in the 70s and 60s where they would put two monkeys in a cage and give one monkey a metal mom and the other monkey a mom that was a stuffed animal, and they were like, the metallic monkey was cold and angry and threw his poo more often. The little baby monkey with the stuffed animal with the fuzzy mom was loving. And I think through Timothy Mnemonic, what is up? And I think through those weird and demented 60s and 70s scientific experiments, we came to the conclusions that hugs are essential for life. That's what Star Wars about, the Force. The Force is a hug. When you boil it down in a very simplistic fashion, okay? But hugging is just crucial to humanity. It really can solve things. It can heal. It can bring you out of a bad day. I love giving my kids a hug. God damn, I'll hug them. They don't even want. They're like, get away from me. I'm trying to watch this video about Minecraft. I'll be like, I just want a hug. What's the point of being a dad if you can't hug your kids all the time, right? I love my kids. I love my kids. Jacob, I'll give you a big hug. Man, hugging heals the world. And good to see you, Jacob. Good to see you, Timothy. WSG, I don't know what that means. I've been trying to search for your channel for a minute now. I couldn't find it till I just went and found you live. I'll be honest, I've made a couple of videos where YouTube took them down and YouTube put me on shadow ban restriction. So people told me to start a new channel and I didn't want to because I really love this channel. I've had it since 2008. I started this when I was still working in radio and I just didn't utilize it. Oh. What's good is what... Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm old, Jacob. Remember, I am an old head, my friend. My friend, I am such an old head. We're talking. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. And just so you guys know, I'm going live. I just dropped my daughter off at school. And this story impacted me so much when I was reading the news this morning that I just had to bring it to you, because hopefully if you're having a bad day, you can watch this video of Jon Bon Jovi helping to save a woman's life in Nashville. And it would just, the spark of hope in your spirit should ignite a little bit. It should be more inflamed, emboldened today to just feel good about the world. It really made, and that's what I was saying before about that hug thing. When Jon Bon Jovi, when you watch a cut where it's not edited and they show the length of the hug, which is multiple seconds long, and think about that, two strangers hugging, right? Usually hugs can be weird, they could be awkward, they could just be a brief hug. This was like a deep embrace. It was more than a hug, it was a deep embrace. And it was that of human to human, like, I feel you, I see you. I'm getting emotional just talking about the hug. And that's what I was saying earlier, that this hug that Jon Bon Jovi gave to this girl who was obviously very, very distressed at the end of a rope. You don't get to the other side of the other side of a railing on a pedestrian bridge by having a great series of months, okay? You just don't do that. And whether or not it's mental issues, financial issues, because we know that's the number one cause of people getting to this point is financial stresses. Again, that's just fucking science. But it doesn't matter. It's irregardless, as we say in Massachusetts. It does not matter what led her there. To me, it's the fact that she found some humanity within another soul to give her that deep embrace that she needed, you know? Like, I know I'm a radical hippie, fucking communist, socialist, whatever you want to call me. He's radical. But I think at some point doctors should be like, you know what, I'm prescribing you a hug. I think you're having a very stressful day. I'm going to prescribe you a hug. There will be no copay. And we have a professional in the other room who can just give you a big hug. Some people don't have people to hug them. And that's wild to me. That is inconceivable. He just needed a hug. Have you seen the video of the school? Oh my God. Arrested because cop told the kid to give him a hug and he let them arrest him. No, I haven't. I will look that up, Jacob. He just needed a hug. Her frequency and vibration was near flatline. The hug raised her vibration and frequency. I believe that, Timothy. See, you guys are as radical as I am. You might play coy, but we're all nuts here. We're all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But I love it. But that's the truth of life. You know, when you really break down life to the molecular level, the quantum physical realm, the Ant-Man quantum mania realm of life, we're just molecules vibrating radically. That's all we are. We are vibrating radically, and sometimes a little too radically, sometimes erratically, and sometimes a hug is like just what the fucking doctor didn't order but should have, you know? And again, I don't mean to go off on a tangent on the hug, and this is not the kind of news. This is not your grandpappy's news, let me tell you that, because the mainstream media ain't going to talk about the hug. They'll go, oh, was it that night they got a hug? I wonder how Jon Bon Jovi smelled. Was it Eternity Cologne? Was it Dior? That's what you get on the news. Here, I'm going to talk about how that deep embrace that Jon Bon Jovi gave that woman probably rekindled her spirit and her will to survive. Or at least that's what I'd like to think. I don't know. And the other thing is Jon Bon Jovi's people said he ain't commenting on this, which I respect even more. Because you know he's getting a million requests right now from the mainstream media to be like, John, tell us your side of it. And it's like, that's a very, I respect John so much more for saying, like, I ain't talking about this. You know, you want to talk about my video? Okay. I'm not talking about that lady in distress. Because I'm guessing what John would say is, the fact that I'm Jon Bon Jovi is irrelevant. What this had to do with is a human in need, and I'm a human recognizing that. That's where everything else comes out of the equation. If you've ever been in a scenario like that, where I've been in multiple times, everything. And that's why I always say, which is dark, and people tell me, breaking news, Buster Up talks about how hugs can make you immortal. Jacob, I'm changing the title to this live stream. I wish you could change the titles to live streams while you're doing it, because somebody always gives me a gem. And Jacob, you are my gem today, because This story might be too serious, but I really want to go change the title to "Breaking News: Hugs Make You Immortal," because that is some click on stuff. Oh my God, that was funny. That was funny, Jacob. Damn. And that really threw me for a loop because that was funny and I didn't think about it. But it was very serious. This is as serious as this is as a story, and I really respect Jon for not, just when this situation, something like this happens, like everything. That's why what I was saying is that's why I would say, like, we all gonna die. Everybody deal with it. Everybody. Call me grim, like somebody did the other day. I said, it's just a fact of life, Sorry to be the reminder. But when you truly recognize that point, like everything else becomes irrelevant, and what becomes very important at that moment is like who you love, how you treated other humans, and like what you left this place with, for real. And I think Jon Bon Jovi would just say that, like, that's why he's not going to talk to the news. Not me, Rob. I will live forever with her. I can't wait, Jacob. I look forward to the day. I don't know if they still do the Smuckers birthdays on ABC or CBS or NBC, whatever it is. The Smuckers turning 114 today, and they interviewed the old lady, and she's like, I ate bacon and smoked cigarettes with brandy every morning. And you're like, holy shit. You should have said you ate Smuckers. But those Smuckers birthdays for like the oldest people on earth, I hope one day you make it. Immortal Hugs, great band. Jacob, start a band called Immortal Hugs. Oh my God. Jacob, I hope one day I get to see you in the Smuckers birthday, 127 years old news segment. And when they go, what's your secret of youth? You go, hugs. I'm going to be immortal. Watch. So funny. Oh my God. So listen, that's the good news today, folks. Jacob, Timothy, appreciate you guys being in here. What about a biker gang calls the Hugs Angels? This is the kind of punny stuff I like. Oh man, now I kind of wish I saved this news story till later when I'm really going to go live, because this is hilarious. We're going to have, Jacob, Timothy, you guys are going to have to come in here later tonight. I think I'm going to go live tonight at like 10 p.m. or something, because there's a bunch more news, but you guys are making this really fun. The story's not funny. The story is heartwarming. But I was just so excited. You never get good news like this. Everything I'm reading about, damn, look, I split my toothpick. Dang it. Back to the Mother Earth. You were a good toothpick. You were a good toothpick. Man. Everything else is just like, the debate, which, get over it. The debate sucked. I don't want to see either of those two people talk. Jesus. And there was a news article about Taylor Swift again, and Aubrey Plaza supporting Kamala, and Linda Ronstadt, Blue Bayou supporting Kamala. The funniest support thing, Hugs Angels. Live maybe like 10 p.m. tonight, 10-ish, I think. That's what I was trying to plan on, but this was like bugging me. Like I really wanted to bring this to people because I feel like you shouldn't go your full day without seeing this video. And I'm not joking, I've watched this video maybe 40 times. Again and again, I was looking for the full video. I was looking on YouTube. I was looking for the police video that they uploaded to YouTube because it's such a feel-good story. And YouTube removed, again, Eastern time. And again, in the NPR article that I linked down below, they start the article off saying, like, the Nashville police uploaded this full video in its entirety because there's a camera on the bridge that gets like sunset views and skyline views for, I'm guessing, the Nashville News. So it was recorded. Like they had this whole thing captured. No audio, but captured. I'd like to think I should overdub the video. Well, no, that'd be inappropriate. I'm not going to do that. But, it'd be funny if he said, take my hand. We'll make it. I swear. Because if he said that to you, it doesn't matter how like deep in depression you are, like that breaks you out of it. You're like, holy shit, Jon Bon Jovi's quoting his own lyrics. to me. But the weirdest endorsement, real quick, for Kamala Harris is that they say, like, there's a list of 100 CEOs of major companies that all support her. I'm like, you understand, you telling me that all the CEOs support Kamala means I should not vote for her. I'm not voting for Trump. There's no way in hell I'm voting for some lying ass punk con man. I just would never do that. You seen him at the 9/11 memorial? Like, looking up, looking all around. He's treating it like just so disrespectful. But I would never vote for Trump. But the fact that they're saying, like, Miss Harris, if you're in her prosecutional district, that's what you call her, Miss Harris has the support of all these CEOs. I'm like, that's an endorsement that means I shouldn't be supporting her because that's who she's going to be working for. I don't choose Trump or Kamala. I like Tim Walz. Can I just vote for Tim Walz? I think he's really got that good dad energy vibes, which I think the country either needs, like a good dad or a good mom. You know, someone who's going to put you in your place, give you the God's honest truth, which is always biased. You know, the truth happens to be biased. And I think we need that. I think we need a little recuperation. I think the country needs a hug. Believe it or not, I think the country needs a hug. I think the country at this point, like, just the fact that Trump was yelling about them eating pets, and again, not real. We're not going into it. I'm not even gonna. I don't lend time to. My time doesn't address it. The only thing I will talk about that is how hilarious it is, and that there's a president, like I said yesterday on the live stream. Like, there's a guy running for president, a former president, screaming about our dogs and cats being eaten. So I won't address, like, the legitimacy of it, but I will address that if there's an 80-year-old man yelling at you about, you got to vote for me because your dogs and cats will be stolen and eaten. If he thinks that's, like, even top of mind of anybody in America that works for a living, you're fucking bananas, okay? You're absolutely crazy. You're a psycho to think, like, that's going to trigger me to vote for anyone. Like, if anything, I'm like, bro, if you think that's more important than anything else, that you're, like, yelling at me to try to fearmonger me into voting for you about you don't want your pets being eaten, I'm like, fuck you. For real. For real. Like, do you know what rent is across America? He doesn't, and he's so out of touch. And it's funny that J.D. Vance's comment on Taylor Swift was like, I don't think an out-of-touch billionaire is going to affect voters. I'm like, are you talking about Taylor or Trump? Because both of them are out-of-touch billionaires. In fact, J.D. Vance, I'm sure you're probably getting pretty close now, too. Gonna make people think you're insane. Yeah, exactly. Like, bro, I don't give a shit about the pets. In fact, if prices keep going up, we might be them people. Sorry, I don't mean, I would never. I love our cats and dogs. But I'm just saying, like, that's so fucking far out of the agenda of anybody who wakes up, waits in traffic to get to a work that's not paying them enough to afford the food that they have to buy at Walmart because Walmart drove out every other fucking competitor in town. That's not on our radar. And this dude's like that's like the most blatant fear-mongering I've seen in politics in a while. Like, just screaming, they're eating pets. You know, you're like, ugh, bro. Like, I don't like the district attorney up on stage either, or the prosecution on stage, whatever she was. General attorney, I don't know what she was. Top cop, that's what I call her. I don't like her, but man, you're making me hate you even more, and I didn't think I could. He's just a punk. Hot dogs, baby. I appreciate the humor. Hot dogs, baby. Hot dogs. Oh, man. All right, so that's all I really wanted to address real quick. I didn't want to go into all this other stuff. I can't go into this other stuff. I gotta save it. Plus, I'm not even done reading the news. I just could not stop watching this video going, God damn, Jon Bon Jovi's hugging people, saving lives. Like, the world needs a hug. Hug somebody today. If you don't really know them, ask them. Always ask, you know. You always got to ask somebody. That's like a new thing. Back in the 80s, you just hugged a motherfucker. We didn't care. That's the one thing that's very gotten politically correct. Like, in the 80s, and I'm not talking about SA or, like, bosses hugging people. I'm talking about back in the 80s, it was hands across the world. You know, Farm Aid. Whatever else. You know, we just hugged people. We just did it. And now I've learned. I'm old. I'm from the 90s. So I just thought you hug people. And I learned. You got to ask, like, hey, is it okay if I hug you? Or that's what the kids do nowadays. I've witnessed it, so that's how I know. But, hug somebody today. Ask somebody for a hug. It will jump. I'll go Tony Robbins. Fucking, the science hasn't proven it yet, but I'm sure MIT will do a study on it at one point. I'll go Tony Robbins here, because that's what he always does. I'm sure science will prove that your cortisol, dopamine, tryptophan, dialocatids, red, blue, yellow number 1, all those levels will boost. And if you don't think you have those levels, those fake dye levels in your skin, you might be fooled, because we all got mini plastics and all that stuff in our skin. But all those levels will boost up. Oh, my internet must suck? It must, yeah. Timothy, you're talking to Timothy. Jill Stein. I love Jill Stein, but just like I like Cornel West. But let's face it, just like Bernie Sanders, they will never allow it. And that's how you know the system is fucked. They just won't allow it. Ranked voting. Let's do ranked choice voting, Let a Jill Stein, let a Cornel West actually run, not just do this thing. I mean, look at what they did to RFK. I don't like that dude. But if you follow the money with him, he was funded by the same dude who was funding Trump. And this dude who really loves him, I would say, like, follow the money, man. He goes, it means nothing. And I said, it means everything. He's funding RFK to get RFK on the ballot to take away votes from Biden, because they know they'll do that. Like, this was a former Biden supporter now following RFK. I said, you are living proof. And as soon as Biden dropped off, what happened? Oh, all of a sudden, RFK has endorsed Trump, and he's totally out of the race. And he's trying to get off the ballot out of all swing states. Why? Because they don't want to detract from Trump votes. I mean, it's just a game. It's a game to the wealthy. So it's just not real. It's just not real. And that's really what bugs me. It's like, it's a facade. It's a fucking facade, man. So I would love, and I'm saying this about people I even disagree with, like RFK. Like, I would love if there was like a true other candidate like, give us 5 different people, not just Democratic Party, the conventions. Like, I mean, like, not red or blue. Give us some purples and greens and fucking paint that palette, or canvas. I want to hear all types of stuff. I thought that's what freedom was. Forgive me for being so silly. I didn't know freedom meant you get to pick red or blue. I thought freedom was like, we can hear from anybody. You could be a communist and run, which you can't. That's illegal in America. So much for freedom. And I'm not saying it to say like that's what I want, but I'm just saying like true freedom is like having the freedom. But we just won't see it. And that's what kind of sucks, Look at Eugene Debs, right? They put that dude in prison. I don't know exactly why, but I'm assuming it had to do with he was a socialist. But why not hear these other things? Why is it just capitalists, puppets, red, blue, always have to be what it is? And then people yell at you for voting for third party. Like, this is the stupidest thing in the world. I don't know. Kevin, what is up? Good morning. Yeah, I am wrapping it up. Jacob goaded me into talking politics, and I wanted to wait till later. But Kevin, if you haven't seen the video of Jon Bon Jovi helping save a woman on a Nashville bridge, my God, search it out, find it. It should be all over the news, but find the video, find the unedited video, and watch that, because that hug helped heal me today. That inspired me, man. Good on you, Jon Bon Jovi, and good on you for not talking about it and saying you're not going to talk about it. You're just being a human, man, and I love it. All right, guys, thanks for joining. I know this was an early, odd one, but I'll be back later tonight, I think, around 10 p.m. Again, don't take my word for it. This is one of those times where I would say, like, that was the plan, and I'm still planning on that. But again, you caught the one right now. I really do want to go live. I don't want to rehash all these points, and Jacob really goaded me into it because I can't bite my tongue. Immortal hugs and angels, and hugs angels. Great live. See, this is such a funny live stream, and what I fear is, like, I just don't want to duplicate this later. Even if I might get some subscribers and new views, like I don't want to. Well, unless you guys are here. If you guys are here, then maybe. If you guys join later, then maybe it will be funny to just rehash briefly, because there's other stuff in the news. There's a Trump story. Trump telling Taylor Swift something I really want to talk about, and I haven't even addressed it here. Save my channel. You hit the notification bell, so hopefully you get notified. Once you subscribe, you can hit the little bell and it'll say all notifications. Hit that so then you can join up, because it will be much funnier if you're here. Yeah, I know more people. I know not going live right now is really not a smart choice. Again, I couldn't handle myself. Like, could not control myself. This story was so awesome. I just wanted to, whoever could hear it right now, go watch the video as soon as I get off, because it's very much worth it. It's healing. It's healing to see that. That's why I'm so bummed that YouTube took it down. Like, YouTube, this is a very healing thing to see. Like, that's inspiring. It's really cool. So I just wanted to put that out there. But there's stuff. I really want to talk about this Trump thing. Trump said to Taylor Swift. So maybe, yeah, okay, I'm planning to go live at like 10 p.m. So hit the notification bell. I'm just going to plan on it. I'm going to do it. But whether we'll talk this, I don't know. If Jacob's there, then I'll address it. I just don't want to have two lives where I'm talking about the same stuff. I think that's no good. Why would they take it down? I don't know. That's what I mean. Like, that's in the NPR article I linked down below. It said YouTube removed the video. And now you see news, like what I found was like news sharing the video or clips on Twitter being shared, but again, not the whole video. I don't know. It's just weird that they took it down. Again, nobody knows the rules or guidelines. It's like a guess as you go. They're even moderating like great, wholesome, not wholesome, but inspirational, hope-filled videos. All right. So I'll see you guys tonight, 10 p.m. Peace.